And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
The Bonfire, Faction Talk Series XM 103. Big J. Okerson, Dan Soder. We got the whole motherfucking team in the house. Black Lou, Jacob Batak, Christy Marie Evans, of course DJ Lou. We cannot do our Black King, the Black Tiger, Lewis.
Speaking of Tribe Called Quest, do you remember when after Montreal we all went and saw Tribe Called Quest and Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah, you guys were all on mushrooms and cried behind Isabella.
That wasn't me, dog. I wasn't on mushrooms.
You weren't?
No. It was Ari and Lewis.
Oh, Ari and Lewis, yeah.
Don't try to fucking incriminate me, dog.
I thought you cried.
I didn't cry.
You didn't cry?
I cry other times, dude.
Ari and Lewis had their face painted with that glitter,
I'm not a
and they're
poser.
crying.
They had glitter on their face.
They cried during Hurt. Nine Inch Nails did Hurt. Yeah. I'll cry. Listen, I'm going to let you know when I cry. I cry all the time.
No, I believe you would say you did. I thought for some reason that you. All I remember was Isabella was there, and she was at an age still for sure where I wasn't like
you guys had to hide it,
dipping off to smoke pot or do anything with you guys. So I think I didn't smoke pot.
I smoked a lot of pot. That was one of the coolest moments. I had those incognito joints that looked like cigarettes, and I had a bunch of them from Colorado, and I filled up a Camel Lights pack. I was super stoned. I wasn't on mushrooms. And I had the pack, and the guy at security, this is when Ari pulled one of the coolest moves I've ever seen. The guy's like, you can't come in with that open pack of cigarettes. You got to throw those out. I was like, I have to throw these out. It was a pack full of joints from Colorado. And I threw them in the trash can, and the guy goes, thanks. And I walked. Ari got checked and just walked by and grabbed the cigarettes right out of the trash. And I was like, that was awesome. I watched the whole thing.
That's Ari being Ari. Dude.
I was like, God damn it, that was awesome. So then we were just high as fuck. But the reason I bring up the concert, because Nine Inch Nails, they cried, and then Ari and I walked back over the Triborough Bridge, which was weird.
Sure.
He was on mushrooms, and I was high. I was stoned out of my mind. But Tribe Called Quest, Chappelle was watching them. We were watching Tribe. We were all together then. I think we were all in a group, but I was doing a bit later with Ari while we were walking across the bridge, because it was Chappelle, and Amy Schumer was like was hanging with Chappelle, and she was like, up with there with Chappelle, and I was like, man, we were doing our impression of Amy Schumer and Chappelle watching Tribe Called Quest, where she was like, oh my God, I love Phife Dawg. I miss him. And he's like, well, everyone knows my favorite one is Q-Tip. And she's like, oh, I love Q-Tip the most. That's who I love the most. Oh my God, Midnight Marauders was my favorite album. He goes, well, it actually gets better on the other. Oh no, I like that album. We were just doing that the whole walk.
That's the best one.
That's the best one.
He's just following his black lead on this?
Exactly. Oh my God, yes, soul brother number one. Just saying shit that doesn't make sense.
It's so funny. Isabella, that was an interesting concert because also Isabella showed up. That was my first time seeing Isabella try to be what I think her version of like
a kid or an adult.
No, like an adult. Yeah,
like
so it was the first time she had. So she was wearing something as like a.
It's like a leotard.
She had shorts on, but she had like it was like a bodysuit or something she was wearing, and her boobs were kind of like for the first time like.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes, there is, Jacob. She's a child, you piece of shit.
So that was the first time you as a father watched her out in the wild as like an adult.
Oh, I hated it. So I was consumed with that. Yeah, makeup, the whole thing where I was just kind of like, ugh.
Be my little girl.
Yeah.
You want her to be like holding your hand and just being at your waist length? Being waist height and being like, Dad, I don't. And instead she's like, hey, Dad, this is pretty cool.
We're going.
These are bands you grew up watching?
I'm taking her to see the Deftones
on
Sunday, and I'm curious what she's going to dress like for that. Because, I mean, to go to the Sixers game, she had like jewels under her eyes.
Well, she was dressed like Iverson's mom?
Shit, she was dressed like Iverson's mom.
She was all like blue and red hair, and then just sitting under the basket in an AI jersey.
It's a funny, I would talk about on air with her at some point. She might even have been here on Tuesday. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But she hit me up yesterday, just out of the blue. It's such a funny thing because you don't want to be negative and you want to be supportive and realistic and everything at the same time. But at 19, she's hit me with, hey, Dad, do you think I could be like in music? And I'm like what? And she was like a rapper or a producer. And I was like, I mean, production. You could go to school and learn production and, figure it out like that. And if you got a good ear for things, like, sure, you could be a producer. She's like, why not a rapper? I'm like,
you're going to make me say it.
I'm like, I've never heard you rap.
Don't make me say it.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know what, because here's the thing. Maybe she's really good at rap. I don't know. She says her friends tell her to, which is like, I'm sure it's not a real brain trust over there either. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they see she has something that sounds. So I don't know. But the last thing I want to do is ask her to rap for me.
Right.
But if she was like, Dad, could you help me pay for like studio time or something like that? I have to be like, rap for me.
Spit, go.
Okay.
Acapella.
Right. Okay.
I'll do this acapella. I hope she goes full fucking Eminem and just writes diss songs on you. Just
the only reason I bring it up because again,
my dad never said I could do this.
My point being, as a supportive father, all I can say is I don't know. Maybe she's fantastic at it, and we'll find out. I don't know if it might have just also been the way it was brought to me. It makes me feel like she was stoned and was like, "Yo,
I'm gonna
is
be
this
a
the
rapper.
greatest fucking yeah?" So. I don't know if she was stoned, but it seemed like a so out of nowhere thing. And she's like, "Really? You don't think I could be a rapper?" I'm like,
man.
I don't know if you could be a rapper.
She oddly brought it up to me when her roommate told her, like, you could be, I think she said you could be an artist or a rapper. And I was like, why would she say rapper, Isabella? I know, because Isabella knows every word to every song.
That doesn't mean
and she
anything.
can rap along with it. But I asked her, I was like, do you like write rap? Is that something that you do? And she kind of brushed it off. But I'm like,
because she doesn't want us to say,
writing
let me
rap.
see your lyrics, yo.
But then watch her just come through and blow us all away.
What's really gonna hurt is if she writes a tasty one, just torching me for leaving.
Yeah. He left. Said he was sleeping over at his friend's house. You're like, oh my God, she put that in there.
Oh no!
Wow, she put that in there.
Yo, Daddy, why are you taking your TV with you?
It's called Daddy's TV.
Daddy's TV.
It's the name of the first song. You're like, damn, Isabella fucking went in deep. Isabella fucked your shit up.
Daddy's TV.
She got in there and rearranged your guts, dude.
Oh shit! I can't wait to
Jay
tell
really
her that.
deserves his daughter writing diss tracks on
I mean,
him.
honestly,
I don't know.
He grew up. I mean, she grew up. To play devil's advocate, or not even devil's advocate, to play where she's coming from. I bet in her mind it wouldn't be a big deal to write a song about her dad because she's like, that's what my family does. When something happens, you just tell the public about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
She's grown up, but and not in a bad way. In a way, that's totally her life. She was like 15 years old, comfortable on Sirius XM.
Yeah,
I worked 7 years at major radio stations, and I was scared shitless the first time I was in there.
Okay.
I was like, oh,
here we go. Microphones are on. These are on. These are live.
Baseball's hit. And it's caught. It was,
she's just ready to gossip.
Yeah, no, she gets on and she's like, whatever, you guys are old and lame. So maybe she's comfortable rapping. Also, I think rapping now is way different than what we have any concept of for kids.
Sure.
It's universal now.
No, you're not wrong about that.
It's mainstream. It's like a thing where you're growing up. When you were growing up, especially where I grew up in Colorado, if someone at my high school was like, I'm going to be a rapper, you're like, you're from Colorado.
Yeah.
Like,
settle down, Hank.
Shut the fuck up. You're from a suburb.
Shut your mouth, Gil.
But now everyone's like Jack Harlow's and stuff. I think Jack Harlow probably wouldn't have been able to do it without not only Eminem, but like the Logics and all the people that maybe
for sure. Logic? Is that Logic? Can I have a hug?
Maybe Isabella will be
Damn,
the
Lou, I
first
gave you every
successful.
opportunity.
In fact, Lou,
Thank you so much.
I even tried to fucking jump on the grenade for you.
Thank you.
Can I have a hug, please?
Yes.
But I just don't think, like, because us saying it, you're like, well, you want to be a rapper?
No, of course.
That might be our old.
That's why.
brains.
Let me tell you something.
Like,
that's why I didn't hit her. That's why I didn't hit her with that because I said before,
you're a good dad.
How the fuck do I know? I'm like, people just. By the way, also that said, I didn't write a lick of comedy or thought of writing a joke in my life until I was 19, and I said, someone goes, you should try. I was a fan of comedy, big fan, and someone goes, you should try it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll try it, and I'm like, a moderate success at it, so it's like, you know what I mean? Maybe she can't. What me and Christine then started daydreaming about was, what if Isabella's fucking nice with it, dude? She was, wouldn't it be funny if Big J's daughter is a fucking sick rapper?
Dude, just like
now I want her to be great.
In the pantheon of Biggie and stuff with lyricists, they're like, dude, I don't know what it is. She can just tell a story over a beat, and it just takes you there. And
she paints a picture, man. She paints a picture with words.
Is B from Queen?
Yeah, and I'm like, hey Jay, I hate this. It's like 10 years. I'm like, I hate to do this, but my nephew wants tickets to Isabella. It's my cousin's son. He calls me his uncle. Do you think you could hook me up? And you're like, yeah, dude. What city?
Oh, dude, Isabella should call herself Izzo.
Can I be a momager?
But Izzo's too close to Lizzo. You don't want
right?
that. No,
that's good. That's how you get followers.
That's not. You don't.
She's
You want her own thing.
Izzo.
Oh, she should be Wizzo. She should be Wizzo, White Lizzo.
I know. Yeah. I think that's more of like a seasonal thing, like the McRib, more than a permanent.
Though. Isabella doesn't play the flute.
Get her a violin. Have her fucking Devil went down to Georgia. Her.
She's also not dressing like Barney at a goddamn award show. No, I won't have it. No more. Izzo's not a good option anymore.
I mean, I think what would be even funnier is if she is nice with it, and then there's like a rap beef. And then it's like
she's mixed up in some shit.
Yeah, like real shit.
It's about why'd you fucking come with Ghostface Killer like that?
Oh my god, dude, you got Lewis clipped. Someone shot Lewis outside of Skanks looking for your dad.
She's like, he's alive though, right? So whatever, dude. Battle wounds.
I sent him a Rolex.
Anyway, if you don't mind, I'm about to go drop a Hot 16 in my home studio.
He goes, hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, can you tell Isabella that this Rolex is nice? And thanks for those 32 bars responding. I can't believe she just went that. Her breath control's insane.
It'd be great if Isabella's just sick with it.
I'm telling you, the way she raps along and sings along to music.
Shut up, stepmom.
No, it's impressive for somebody
stepmomager over here.
Stepmomager
for somebody to have like Jay's like that too with lyrics.
Yeah, they are musically. Their recall.
She has.
I've jokingly called Jay autistic, but the truth is his music recall is. It's second to none. I've never seen anybody that's able to do it. Similarly to Joe List, how Joe List can recall dialogue from stuff that makes hanging out with him borderline obnoxious. Where he's like, pick the red one.
Movies,
I'm I don't know what that is. And he's like, red one? Fucking Chinatown. This guy doesn't know anything. And I'm like, I don't know anything. Why are you putting me on the spot like this,
Stop
Joe?
Yelling at me.
Stop yelling. But you do it in a fun way.
What I love about Isabella now is fun because we were driving down to the thing and she wants to put on. She does. I heard plenty on the way down to that game. Gunna and whoever.
Yeah, dude, get into all of it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. However, also on that trip, she says, like, can you put on like Slipknot and stuff? So it's like she didn't ever ask for that to be on when she was young.
Yeah.
But what I love is that she just said it just happens. Because I was always like, man, really, it's funny how much I didn't influence Isabella's music taste at all. But I didn't know I did until like now she's like,
if we're gonna play
an adult.
If we're gonna play a full Daydream, it's funny to think of like if she had like a major Billboard Top 100 hit and the sample of the beat was Korn. And everyone's like, you grew up in Queens, a Spanish girl, what are you, Korn? You're like, my dad went on tour with him and I loved him. And they're like she samples stuff that you were like, oh, I'm going to play you Rob Zombie. And then no one's like, because I've never understood why rappers.
I'm going to make a rap at Deftones concert. I'm like, yo, throw something over this.
But I've never understood why rappers don't sample, because the story that this all comes from is that infamous story where that record A&R guy went to go to Warren G's house and he just had like a room of dogs. He just had all these like random, he was like in Long Beach, I think. And he went into a room and it was his turntables and shit. And on the turntable was Michael McDonald. And he's like, you like Michael McDonald? He's like, oh, I fucking love the Doobie Brothers. And I love Michael McDonald, and that's Regulators. I can't believe we're not, so it's like, I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. And you're like, oh, he sampled this thing that he just grew up liking. So I always think, I'm always impressed that rappers never sample wrestling theme songs or video games.
Isabella's going to be rapping over straight Linkin Park, all new metal.
That's what I mean, dude. If it's a white DJ with a guy with fucking a flavor saver.
But she was fine just on her own. She was like, she goes, put on the white stripes. Like things, and I'm like, that's pretty awesome though.
But that's going to be the classic, like alternative to us is what probably like yacht rock is to our parents.
And she does know the lyrics to those songs too, like singing along with the Slipknot song and everything. So I'm like, that's pretty cool that like she just picked it up.
Now,
so maybe this kid can spit, dude. Who
or
knows?
She stinks, and we're just going to forget this dream. This is just.
That's why if she was in the show Tuesday, everyone. You'll know now why I didn't ask her to rap on microphone. I would not do that to her.
Yeah.
In a million years, I wouldn't do it to her.
Backstage MSG in my mind.
Yeah, but that's what's funny about that is every time I've done that, it's just led to the biggest disappointment where it just doesn't even get off the ground.
I'm gonna tell Isabella that I'm getting off the road and I'm putting it all on her.
That's really funny.
I'm Billy Ray Cyrus in this shit.
You go, all right, Miley, you're up.
He goes, all right, Isabella, the single's not moving so quick. Need you to take a picture of you drinking a beer and pissing outside.
You should piss outside.
She goes, excuse me, Dad? Yeah. Look, I hate to Kris Jenner this whole thing. I'm going to need you to get a little filth with it if you wouldn't mind.
I need you to bang a guy.
Now, Papa's going to take the pictures because I don't want to creep in here.
I've got Brazzers on the line.
They're looking for a leak.
Because always when you're backstage, and I know people tell you like, oh, dream big or whatever, but never in my life, whenever I've done that, whether it be a daydream about something I want to do, or when you're with a girl and you're like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you all night, then it inevitably leads to me coming fast, or I can't get it up, or I'm like sweaty. You know what I mean?
Dan, I'm going to repeat all this back to you when we're backstage at MSG.
I'm not
with Isabella tearing the house down on her new rap career.
I would love it. I hope I have a
I don't know
yellow...
if it's the weed we just smoked, but I'm all in.
I hope I have a yellow shirt on and I'm letting you guys back there.
Your event staff?
I hope I'm event staff and I go, you know what? Egg on my face.
He goes,
right this way.
Son of a bitch, look at that.
This is the luxury elevator. Oh, hey, the worst angle on me. I love that Blackaloo films in this way where every time I watch it, I'm like, I can't watch this.
I make a joke. I make a joke every
like this.
I make a joke, Dan, every time I'm on the road. There's a photographer at a comedy club, 100% of the time. They're like, no, it's good for me to film from the complete profile of you sitting down.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that. He goes, dude, I know what you're worried about. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to look fat. He goes, I'm going to make you look good. And then they bring me a bunch of pictures of me looking like a turd emoji sitting in a chair.
When I saw Insta stories yesterday, I was like, oh, fuck this angle, Black Lou. What are you doing to me? It's just me sitting there.
Can we get some rafters in here you can go up to and really shoot everything from a down shot?
Or I'll just fucking sit like this while you're filming. Just let me know.
He goes, yeah, let's open
instead
it
of
up.
watching instead of watching my hunch and me just being like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I was like, dude, this is the worst. I'll never repost these. These fucking suck.
I'm going to switch that up. I do like this angle because I never get both of you looking at a video with the screen behind you. So that's where it looks good.
Well, then I'll just look to this way when we're watching a video so I can look forward and you can get the video behind.
Oh, man, there was one shot of me one time looking.
Because you don't realize.
Like that at a video camera, and I go, I don't have a chin, a neck, or a jaw.
Yeah.
My mouth just comes out of some part of my neck that goes up to hair.
Well, we've also, this whole show's been built on us just doing a radio show. It's all audio. So, you know.
They say we got faces for radio.
Hey. But even when they did the videos, it took me a long time with Corey and Lynn to realize when they were filming. Because you're like, oh, you guys are filming. Because normally I just sit there like this. I watch a video and then I want to make Jay laugh, so I'm like, oh, I thought of something. So it's like I'm not. When you're on video, you're like you have to like.
You're like, hey, Hard Corey, would you film two lesbians dyking it out in the library like this?
Yeah, and he goes,
or would you take a high angle on them? That's what. Yes. Yes. Don't even answer. I already know the answer. Yes.
We're not up and in the puss.
Yes.
We're over the puss.
So sure, me and Dan aren't two girls dyking hard off in a library, but we are trying to look at least semi-attractive to our audience.
We're trying to look a little better.
We're trying to look alive. We come in pretty cash.
Yeah, dude. I think it would be fucking awesome if Isabella blew up. I think it'd be awesome if Hendrix played for the Cowboys and I had to put on a stupid Cowboys hat to go watch Black Lou's son.
I told you my mom's son is Demir Bird, who's a player in the NFL. He's kind of a journeyman.
Yeah.
He's very, very fast. And for just 2-3 years of his childhood, he would be at my house almost every day.
That's crazy.
Because his mom and my mom just worked at the hospital together.
That's crazy. Friends. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Just I mean, and then he just like,
he's just I
only remember him as a child.
I would love. This is what I wish.
He's been on like the Patriots. He's been on the Panthers.
When you said his name, I've heard his name. I would
return. He does like a kick return.
I would love. This is when I wish we had callers because I'd love for people to call in with someone they grew up with that's just a professional athlete. Because I have McDaniel. That's the only thing I have.
Big though. That's a crazy one too.
It's crazy.
There's not now that he's a head coach. It's
crazy.
Even more nuts.
Well, no one cares.
It's not somebody in the organization. It's like the guy.
No one gave a shit. When I was living in Tucson before I moved here, that was his first year he worked for the Texans, and no one gave a shit. I would tell people, I'd be like, that was the year I'm a little more deadened to it now, but that was the year where I was like, dude, my friend's an NFL coach. And they're like, what does he do? And you're like, offensive quality control. Like, I don't even know what that means. But
he brings the sandwiches.
I thought it was crazy because he was friends with Ron Dane, two-time Heisman winner of Wisconsin, and
who was a person who played against my school in high school.
That's crazy. Is that another? But Ron Dane was like,
he was the guy everyone was like afraid of.
Yeah, playing him.
Oh, I didn't play. I quit during Hell Week.
Yeah, well, he was fucking.
I was like this. I don't like this guy yelling at me with his tight ass dick hugging shorts.
Yeah, and those huge calves.
Dude.
All coaches have calves. But I thought that was always the coolest of like, oh, he knows Ron Dane. I play with him on NCAA college football.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
Georgia, right?
Wisconsin.
And
then what was crazy to me is that was the craziest for me because he knew who the Texans were going to draft with the number 1 pick. And it was going to be between Vince Young, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, It was that year. And he called Chad and I, and we're just like in this shitty apartment in Tucson, and he's like, yeah, we're going to take Mario Williams, the DN from North Carolina State. And we were like, who the fuck is that? But you don't even.
You're a stupid asshole.
Hey, I was like,
hung up on him.
I was like, you take Vince Young.
Shut up, turd.
Vince Young is the. Shut up, McDaniel. You're so fucking stupid.
McDaniel, you fucking Dorcas.
But then you don't think,
right.
yeah, you don't think 17 years later he's a head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Trading for Tyreek Hill, and you're like, that's crazy. So when you have this kid
but
running around being like, Jason, and you're like, shut up, kid. And now he's like sitting back in the backfield, like, got it, and he's like taking it back.
But you're that for somebody else that you grew up with. I'm that for somebody I grew up with. They never seem to reach out.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for the day if someone's like, dude, we went through so much school, and I'll go, I remember them, but I'm going to play now like I really don't remember them that well.
I would love to ask.
Even though I do, but it never happens.
I would love to ask an interview. I've had one friend apologize for being shitty in 8th grade. I had one of the bad
That's really
kids.
funny.
One of the bad
and
kids
also,
was like,
can I borrow $2,000?
Also, dude, I'm in a pinch. I need a Toyota.
Unrelated?
I need a Toyota Ranger. Can you just give me a 2-seater?
No, that's pretty well. Well, that's weird for you because you had to be like, I was like, Mom, can McDaniel stay over? Like, you guys were those kind of buddies.
My mom still.
I had that more with Kevin. Kev's thing.
Mike McDaniel.
Kev's thing was we were in entertainment together, so it was like that was what the dream path was. But as that age, we were like, I was like, what a dream, right? That's a crazy thing because we're just doing these open mic nights here at the old comedy club, and Kev was already like, he's like, I'm going to be an international huge star.
I'm going to be a mogul.
Settle down, bro. But like,
but you know what's crazy?
But that was like almost, that's more like the McDaniel thing, though. And like, we were also just both broke, though. I remember like him needing to borrow money from me and vice versa. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but that's also a fun thing that we've both seen.
But that Demir Bird kid, which is funny, it was just a circumstantial, like the kid, and I was like, hey, can you keep your eye on Demir while we do? I was like, sure.
Hey, Demir.
But that's what I'm saying. Demir just do his own thing. Like, never thought I wouldn't recognize him if I saw him in the street.
Sure, but you have those memories of him being a little kid, being like, Jason, I'm gonna go outside, and you're like, okay, kid, sure, Demir.
Yeah.
And then now they're like,
hey, buddy, good to see you. Bye.
Back for the New England Patriots at the 10-yard line. It's going to be Dimitri, Bird going to take it out of the end zone. You're like, holy shit. That's just, I always love that because you don't realize.
Well, I played basketball with Kobe Bryant when I was 13.
That's the craziest one at the JCC.
That is the wild. The JCC.
Just dude. Kobe Bryant.
Wild.
Arguably the greatest basketball player of all time.
I didn't even know who that kid says it's Jelly Bean Joe Bryant's kid. I went. He was like, from the Sixers. I'm like, but he wasn't like a major player on the Sixers. He was like he said Barkley. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
you were like, okay.
Cool.
And then he just dunked and everyone's fucking yarmulkes flew off. They were just like,
Oi.
We didn't even know if the rims could deal with that.
Oi, excuse me, if you're up there, can you clean the backboard?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No one's ever seen that before.
Oh, my Lord. What happened to you? Are you part frog?
And they were doing like bounce between the legs backwards to the other guy going up and dunking him his friend Rory. It was pretty wild.
The first guy that dunked in my high school when that started being a thing, you're like, oh my God. When you're in high school and kids dunk, you're like, this is fucking crazy.
Well, it was only like, we'll probably play together like, if I'd say a handful of 5 times maybe. He didn't come there a ton, but it was just like, after that first time when he was there, like I didn't not know anymore who he, like, you were like, oh man, who was on my team? I don't remember. Weirdly enough, I can't remember. I remember playing against him, not covering him, but like because we had to put a much better person than me on him, which didn't help at all either. But I remember playing against him. I don't remember playing. I wish I had a memory of like
him passing
or me throwing a pass to Kobe Bryant. I don't. I have zero recollection of because I never thought about him again. Until he went into the draft, and I lived in Jersey already, and I was like,
"Did you follow him?
We used to fucking play with, huh?"
So did you follow him through high school, or just
not
once
at all?
He got to the NBA, you realized who it was?
No, because then, then I moved to South Jersey.
Yeah,
and lower high school basketball really just honestly isn't that huge in Philly. I shouldn't say that. For the schools, I went to a school that had no teams.
Okay,
it was just an inner city fucking school I lived in, like just the neighborhood basically.
Yeah,
and. So no, I didn't follow at all. And then remember he had the glasses on his head, said he was going to the NBA, and then he took Brandy to the prom, so that made news. And everyone was talking about it. I just remember calling my buddy Mark, Asian Mark, and being like, "Yo,
remember that kid?
That's the fucking kid from the thing." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I saw that. It's crazy." But it made sense, I guess, when it happened.
Sure.
But no, and I didn't follow him after that at all because, not to speak ill of the dead, Kobe Bryant was one of the best, if not the best, that ever played.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your opinion, Jacob. But he immediately stopped claiming Philadelphia.
Started claiming Paris,
started
right?
claiming Italy.
Italy, that's what it was.
He's like,
from
oh,
Italy.
Dad played ball in Italy. He goes, motherfucker, you
From Lower Merion.
Lower Merion.
Yeah, you went to Lower Merion.
Fucking prick.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like the school you played good enough in to go to the pros out of high school was in fucking Philadelphia.
Yeah, where you
don't be a jerk off.
Where'd you go to high school?
And then that's what I thought was weird. And then when you see his genuine, that's actually one of the sweetest things, especially now that he's like passed like that.
Yeah,
him getting excited about the. You ever see his reaction to the Eagles winning the Super Bowl?
No.
Oh, Christine, bring that out. It's good audio on it too. You really like. Oh, he really did care about it. So why did you fucking always turn on the city?
Maybe because it was Will Smith's thing at the time, and he thought he needed his own thing.
Did he get
what? What?
I don't think he was trying to do a sitcom. Did he?
Didn't want to jump into Will Smith shit.
Did he get booed?
Jacob, are you passing out?
Did he get? He's in a bad place physically.
I'm not well.
Are you on the junk?
I had to take something. I'm all right though.
Oh boy,
he's got chest pains. We're gonna get him a
when
GI.
The truth is found
to be.
Yeah, put the volume on this. This is great.
Holding his baby.
Oh my God! No.
That's the throw.
No.
Ball hits the ground.
Thank God! Oh my God! Yes, we won Super Bowl. That's it.
That's great. He's holding his baby.
Oh my God!
That's great.
Yeah, he was so excited. And you're like, we won the Super Bowl. Well, where were you your whole career, man?
What's this wee shit? Did you?
He said he would never play. He said he wouldn't have played if he was drafted in Philadelphia because he wouldn't play on the Hornets. That's why the whole thing happened.
And he said he
was like the first person that was like, I won't play for this team. And they traded him to the Lakers.
When he would come into town with the Lakers against the Sixers, would he just get booed like crazy?
Dude, raining on him.
Jesus.
Italy. Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Also, what a funny place, Philly, with the identity that it has, is being like very proud of itself because it's hardworking people. The whole idea of Philadelphia, it's historical. It's hardworking people who don't take shit. They fucking love their own. Mm-hmm. They go to die for their own, and then to be like, no, I'm from Italy. It's so much.
Off.
It's so funny to be like, no.
Well, you know what's funny?
That's like being from Montgomery, Alabama, and everyone's like, you are gonna play for the Crimson Tide, and you're like, I'm from France. And they're like, I fucking hate you. Like, you can't be more opposite.
No, you have to like. I love Joel Embiid for the reason of when he did JJ Redick's podcast, which is pretty great.
JJ Redick rules.
He describes the Philadelphia fan base, and man, he nails it. And this isn't even what he said, but it's the concept of Kyle Lowry is a good example. Kyle Lowry famously is from the Philadelphia area. They always say that.
Mm-hmm.
He's from there. Because he's from the Philadelphia area, and God forbid, through circumstances, is playing for a team that's not Philadelphia, he gets extra booed.
Jesus Christ.
But Kyle Lowry, if they show him on the screen at an Eagles game because he's in the audience watching Eagles because he's still an Eagles fan, they'll go nuts for him. And so it's like, and Joel Embiid goes, and that's almost what he said about Ben Simmons. He goes, Ben Simmons, he really whined when guys who don't know him were like, you fucking ruined our whole season. And he's like, I didn't ruin anything. Instead of just being like, all right, dude, fuck off. Which is how you're supposed to react to that. He goes, okay, dude, sorry.
That's how they act on
you move on.
On the Delco Riviera. That's what I call Philadelphia.
Black Louie, you gonna say something?
Yes, I was looking up because I wanted to know why Kobe and Philadelphia had such a beef. Apparently,
Philadelphia raped his grandmother.
Oh my God.
In the 2001 NBA Finals, he said that he wanted to cut their hearts out. And that's what turned a lot of Philly fans against him.
I think that would actually get Philly's support.
But he did.
So like, yeah, I want to cut your fucking heart out.
Yeah, you want to cut each other's hearts out?
Say, fuck you, dude.
Rainbow, cotton candy.
You're from fucking Lower Merion. Fucking respect it.
That does oddly sound like an Italian insult.
Yeah, he's like, I want to cut your heart out, and then I want to fuck your wife.
That's a little cart before the horse, I think, though. I think he said that because the city gave him. So, I mean, he didn't have a game of love because he right away said he didn't want to play for Philadelphia. When he was questioned about, aren't you from Philadelphia? He's like, I'm from Italy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He goes, I want to cut your heart out. And she goes, you want to get a drink first?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, KB. That kind of
what?
It kind of turned me on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cut my fucking heart out?
I'll cut your fucking heart out.
Yeah, well, my dad's asleep upstairs.
Watching old Jeopardies, there was an episode of this dude from Philly, and he was just dealing in fucking regular Jeopardy. He's like, what is the Arctic Ocean? You're like, damn, this guy's fucking, it's an Arctic ice shelf. It was fucking awesome. He was just fucking, I go, dude, he's from Philly.
Philippians 16:2.
Yeah, what is an anagram?
What is Mount Vesuvius? I only know all the Jeopardy answers from White Men Can't Jump.
Who is Eisenhower?
Yeah, what is a quince?
She's warming up. She's getting in the zone. They better not fucking. They're redoing that movie with Jack Harlow.
Wait, which
Damn
one?
it.
White Men Can't Jump.
We looked that up already. They're making a remake of it. Again, it's another. It's Flatliners. It's Point Break. It's some producer idiot not realizing that it's not the legacy of the story.
You're never gonna get
moves on.
what you want.
It's the casting. It's the casting. These are perfectly casted movies for what they were.
You never are gonna get what you hope when you bring. Let me tell you something. As someone that convinced his dad's ex-best friend to move in as a roommate, which then led to him banging my mom and then tormenting me for 3 years. That was the reboot. That was a Gary reboot. I was like, let's reboot Gary. This guy's bald and he's got a mustache. Bring him in. And then I was like, dude, fucking.
He's ready to get his drank on.
Dude, I tried to reboot my dad and it got fucking bad. Yeah, they turn on you. So don't do a reboot. You don't have to just write a new story.
Or inspired by, and then here's the thing. It's got to be, listen, you couldn't afford with the price. That's what it is, what everybody makes today in Hollywood. Good luck finding a studio that's really willing to throw a cast what was that at the fucking, what was Flatliners? Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Bacon, Oliver Platt. It's people who all garner some money.
Yeah.
And came in and did that movie. Do you know what I mean?
Like a Young Guns?
Yeah, that's what I mean. How could you get all the best actors today together? It's very difficult.
Yeah, they need to do a salary cap in Hollywood. Dude, you can't.
Tarantino does. He gets Brad Pitt.
Well, that's because
people really want to be in that movie.
Same with the Coen brothers, and same with who's the goofy one that always uses Owen Wilson? Not Paul Thomas Anderson, but
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. That's like that. They're like, oh, do you want to be in the new Wes Anderson? And if someone offers you that, you're like, yeah, okay, I'll take SAG minimum.
I'd be happy to be in the next Rob Zombie.
That'd be pretty cool.
Rob Zombie. It's the Monsters, what he's doing now, though. So
that'd be fun. If you're an enraged neighbor, or if you're just fucking.
You guys be someone who gets confused by.
What if you're the Hand?
Lurch? No, Lurch is Adam's family, right?
Yeah, that's Adam's family. Oh yeah, Munsters is
Herman Munster, Lily.
Yeah,
the Bat Boy,
the son.
Or no, he's a little werewolf boy, right?
Little werewolf, Eddie,
the werewolf boy, the Widow's Peak.
Yeah, the Hand is Adam's family.
Isn't he the Butch? Something?
Butch Patrick.
That guy would sign Eddie Munster headshots until, is he alive still? Because,
sure.
I mean, his fingers must have calluses. He goes to everything where they'll sign stuff. I don't think he's done anything else besides be Butch Patrick's at conventions.
Can you look up the IMDb of the Rob Zombie film? Who's playing Grandpa Munster in the fucking Rob? Is he going to make it scary or is he going to make it fun?
He's doing his thing. I don't know. I think he's going to make it a fun thing. But he's using his go-tos and everything.
Oh.
So you might not recognize a bunch of them. But it's
I didn't know if they're going to get a famous.
His chick is Lily.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I mean, maybe it'll be good. I've enjoyed some of them. A lot of them have been misses. Every one of them has something fun in it. But, there's some pretty bad ones.
I want to act again.
Oh, yeah, Sherry Moon Zombie.
Yeah, we'll go down to the actual, cast. There you go. Lily. Dee Wallace, who hates us.
Oh my god! Oh my god! She was the one from that hates skanks.
Yeah, he's used her in a couple things. I think she was naked in the last one. Richard Brake was in his last one.
Grandpa Munster's Daniel Roebuck.
Yeah. So it's another person he uses all
Jeff
the time.
Daniel Phillips.
You know what really hurts me? Jorge Garcia is playing a character named Floop, and here's why I'm upset about that. That's the guy from Lost who everybody always said I looked like.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, man.
Curly.
That hurts my feelings so much that he got it. He also used, do you remember this, Dan? I think I've told you this before. In 2 of his movies now, he's used comedian Redbone. Redbone is a white guy who does black circuit comedy with a real heavy Southern accent. And he like twerks and everything. It's real. It's platinum wigger.
Yeah, when you find out, that's so funny.
He's a sweetheart.
When you find, when that happens, when something you love like that and someone comes into the orbit, it's like when I find out that
that guy was definitely didn't even know who Rob Zombie was coming into this.
But like when you find out, like whenever Dean Del Rey gets to open for Queens of the Stone Age, I'm always like, oh man,
motherfucker. Yeah.
Is this Redbone?
Yeah.
Redbone.
Bad Boys of Comedy. We can watch it because we're with an alum. Oh my God.
That's him twerking.
What?
What's up in this motherfucker?
Dude, that's so funny that he has.
That's right. It's a cracker up in this motherfucker.
It's crazy that he has the same eyes as Ralphie from Christmas Story, and that he comes out and does.
He's so sweet. He's such a sweet guy, right about. We did Bad Boys Comedy together and some of the Black Circuit shows together.
When you guys do Bad Boys of Comedy together, do you have like a wigger sniff off? You have to, like, hold around each other and be like, "What you wearing? Cool water cologne?"
You know what? Absolutely, for sure. You see, you view up the other white guys there and be like, okay, because you know for sure you're gonna have like who's going up first early enough to make the acknowledgments of like, I know what's going on here.
Oh, they brought a white boy.
Oh, his dad must own the place, right?
Oh shit. Yeah, dude.
So. You do got to keep your eye on. Goes, oh no, he's going to use all the white guy in a black room shit.
I've used, and I think I've told this story before when I was doing talent show at Laugh Factory in Times Square, and Skim Milk was on it, and I went like 3 after, and I just buried him the second I got up there. I was like, oh yeah, I mean I'm up here to save the white guy card, and they're like, bah! You know,
does Skim Milk have a rough one?
Yeah, and then you just turn right on him because we're just fucking cunts.
I never came across Skim Milk.
He was such another super
sweetheart.
He used to work at the Cellar as a
he was
one of the
super
servers.
nice. He just had a tough set, and I went up after him, and I was like, "Well, I gotta get a win now for the whites," and everyone was like, "Bah!" And you're like,
yeah, he gave me.
Thank you. As I stabbed him in the back like a zombie movie, they're gonna eat you.
Dude,
I'm out of here.
When he gave me his card, and it's spelled SKIMMMILK.
Yeah.
And I said you should put underneath it the third M's for retarded.
That's funny. Oh man. But yeah. So when you saw Redbone, was he like, "What's up?" And you're like,
I don't know if I've seen him
What's
since.
up with you?
Maybe I did see him since, but no. He's actually a very, if you give a shit about the movie Devil's Rejects, one of the most memorable scenes. It's he's trying to sell a chicken. You saw the movie before, right?
No.
You never saw it before?
I've never seen a Rob Zombie movie.
Devil's Rejects is really
I've heard
good.
House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects are the ones to see.
House of
For
a
sure.
Thousand
House of the
Corpses
Corpses
is super campy.
It's not campy. That's the wrong word for it. It's super dark, but it's like a music video. He didn't know how to direct a movie necessarily.
But Devil's Rejects is the one to see.
Yeah.
Great.
But one leads into the other. So also, not even. They abandon storylines and everything, but it's the same family. So you should watch one with the other. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
I'll do a double feature.
And then you can honestly, at that point, I hate to say, check out on Rob Zombie movies.
I liked his Halloween.
His Halloween was solid. Lords of Salem was, I mean, I was angry when I walked out of the theater.
Damn.
I should have loved it.
It was like somebody, it was like, hey, try to make a David Lynch movie or something now. And it was just bad, man. Yeah,
that always sucks when someone that you really loves, either whether a musician or filmmaker or something, comes out with something and you're pumped about it and then it stinks. You're like,
oh yeah, fuck. Devil's Rejects was one of maybe the first movie in New York that I went and saw by myself.
Yeah.
No one else cared. So they're like, what? I go, this thing's been supposed to come out forever.
And they're like, cool.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah. I think it was an oversold theater too. I think I sat on the stairs, like in the middle of it. It was pretty weird. Yeah, somewhere in Times Square, I think.
Damn. But let's watch.
I really wanted to see it.
There's more Redbone.
You want to get a little Redbone, a little piece of Redbone?
Guy who took your work.
And y'all better show me some motherfucking love, because you know what white folks do when they get mad. They blow shit up.
Goddamn,
and I'll
Billy.
blow this mother-fucker up. All this will be on the news tonight. All y'all be dead. I'll be the only motherfucker outside.
Jacob loves it.
It's good.
You know white people crazy shit. I'm scared of white people. Well, I used to be scared of white people. Y'all know who I'm scared of now. I flew the plane down here. I was sitting next to Ockbot like this.
So funny. They would not even let you do these jokes.
Oh my
now.
God, dude. You could fucking bury Middle Eastern people on stage in 2000. Like when I started in 04.
Fuck,
I started in 04 and it was still happening.
Absolutely.
You used to be like, oh yeah.
One of these Habibi motherfuckers.
And they're like, oh, everyone just blows the.
I tried to pretend like I wasn't
Get out of
Middle
here, you're
Eastern.
crazy.
I said Armenian was Eastern European and got yelled at by an aunt on Facebook. She was like, "You're very much Middle Eastern."
You are Middle Eastern.
Now get out there and dance about those towers falling.
Now cling your finger symbols.
Get your ass out here.
Get down, shake your hips, and cling your fingers.
Dude, there was Redbone, A.G. White, dude, and these guys. Here's the
hold
problem.
on, keep going. I love watching.
No, keep going, but I'm just saying that I just want to point
This
out.
motherfucker, Middle Eastern is shit. Looking up here like this. I'm all.
Well, here's what's going on at this point.
I'm trying to do my super anti-Middle Eastern wigger, the Bad Boys of Comedy set. I'm on the plane like this. This guy over here with the box cutter like this. I'm like this.
I'm all like, But here's the thing. Also, AG, what I was competing with, not competing with, but the other white guys on the show were guys who were locked in Black Circuit like comedy.
Yeah.
So they were like working and making money.
Yeah.
Black Circuit, like good money. So they were like, they leaned into more of like the act. They were like, this is, it's like, this is going to kill. Like they know how to murder in a black room.
Yeah.
I had that. There was a time when I would go, they put me on like fucking hours into the show on BET's Comic View, and I was still like, go on, throw me up there, because I'm gonna go out there and do my white guy black room shit and do whatever and take my clothes off or whatever the fucking thing was, and I go prepare for domination. By the time I did Bad Boys of Comedy, I was working in the city a little bit there, so I'd already been teased out of my bravado pieces that I would do to kill in a black room.
You got jokes now.
Yeah, and so it was funny when they just threw a Sean John shirt on me and sent me out there, and I could think you could already tell. I do the, I say the words and shit after every sentence in that set because I'm just trying to latch on to being like.
You're trying to get back into it.
Yo,
You're trying to get back into your role. When really, in reality, we all knew a nose ring was coming.
It's so, no shit.
We knew those fingerless gloves were on the way.
But what's funny was now is
feel the power.
What's funny now is like I'd love to do, man, Bad Boys of Comedy. Knowing what I know now, I'd love to do it.
Yeah, you would crush on that.
I'd love to do it. If
Yeah.
Def Jam came back or something, I would
like?
definitely try to do Def Jam.
It's like the way I think about if I could play football in high school again.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'll
I
dominate that.
sucked then. I think now, give me like a couple months, I'd be hurting. I don't know if I can make it through a whole season, but I'd definitely be smarter. I'd be making smarter plays.
Yeah. No, that's what it is.
I'd be reading stuff.
The age, as I'm saying, I would have such a more meaningfully good set.
I think about that a lot with like Live at Gotham. I think about that a lot with my Comedy Central half hour, with my first hour. Everything before HBO, I'm like, let me get a shot at that again.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do better now. I could do way better now.
But that's what your next special always is.
Yeah.
Another shot at it.
Yeah.
Just be grateful that you're not the type of comic that's doing the same jokes you did on your Live at Gotham.
Damn, Christine, call out who you're talking about.
Say,
who you talking about? Say
about?
names.
I'm just
Who you
saying.
calling out?
Are you spot?
Oh, fucking the heat is on.
Who?
Suck on that, Joe List. I'm just going to make it somebody. Joe List.
Now
and he was possibly on the show this week, and that's how you feel about
wow.
Go watch Joe List, this year's material.
It's great.
Hilarious.
His new YouTube special is so fucking funny.
So funny.
I watched it up in Canada. It was fucking awesome. Great new hour on YouTube.
I hate to catch you in a lie, but it's not available on YouTube in Canada.
100% is because I watched it.
I know.
100% it is.
I know. Well, I didn't
There's
know,
a lot of
but I
specials
believe
available
you.
in Canada.
Is there now?
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch other ones?
Yeah. Did you watch other ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
They don't. I hope they don't. Maybe they do.
No, they do.
You want a little more red bone? You want a taste, dude.
Yeah, give me more red bone.
Can't get enough of the bone.
Bone me.
Wake the fuck up! You ain't going to sleep in this motherfucker!
Dude, I can almost watch hours of anti-Middle Eastern wigger comedy because it's just clear what it is. They're just trying to appeal.
Dot-head ass motherfucker trying to fall asleep next to me. I said ain't no way.
And they're trying to appease a black audience by burying Middle
It
Eastern
really
people.
brought people together to be racist against Muslims.
My God,
in the early
did it.
2000s.
They're like, oh, these motherfuckers with these smelly ass hair. And all the black people are like,
take off that turban
us.
and wipe my ass with that toilet paper.
Black people love it because they're like, yeah, the heat's off us. Fine, fuck.
Yeah, Russians were still white. This was like, ooh, a different color.
Yeah. Oh,
why don't you go fuck a tiger, life of pie?
Yeah, they're like, oh!
It's not even the right thing.
I actually am from Pakistan and I would never have sex with a tiger. I believe everything you're saying to me is you've never been to Sri Lanka.
Shut up, you unibrow ass motherfucker!
I am from Suriname and our language is Dutch. I do not know why you would say this to me. I love it,
I'm Hindu.
I am Hindu. I do not believe. I believe in the Vishnu, the destroyer. I do not believe in Allah.
Give me some more bone.
Dude,
lay some bone on me.
I'm telling you, I really could watch a lot of this. It's so specific because you know what they're trying to do.
Should I go back a little bit?
No, just let it rip.
This motherfucker blowing shit up and shit.
And shit. You go. Oh, yeah.
Bust them right here. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out this motherfucker. Because you know what? I got to say something. Shit's on my motherfucking mind.
He's trying to do Bernie.
White people,
America.
black people have something in this motherfucker.
Damn.
Why y'all got to come to every goddamn
What a
thing?
pander bear. This guy's full on. What a full on fucking pander, dude. He goes, let me tell you something else. Slavery should have never happened.
If had been my way,
stealing kings from the kingdom. How the fuck you gonna do that? You're like, all right, well, we're here. So
white people, we nuts.
Blowing shit up.
I think he was third person. He goes, white people, y'all crazy.
You're the whitest.
Yeah. Y'all acting nuts. Eating green vegetables and shit.
With your jogging and shit.
Then this smelly ass cab motherfucker come over.
He's just talking about his life specifically. He goes, your Aunt Patty asking you why you talking like that.
Telling me to talk white at my barbecues.
It's my barbecue. And no, we don't have no salmon.
What does talk white mean? Redbone, you know it.
Come on.
You know what we mean.
Hey, Redbone. Hey, guy. Hey, cut the shit.
Maybe I ain't know what you... No, that's what I'm saying right there.
The double
that's,
negative.
You
know
definitely
that
did that on purpose.
I've looked here. You actually have a minor in linguistics. it's impossible. You're butchering the language, and I know for a fact you're trained in it. So,
what?
God damn it, Redbone.
Redbone, please.
You go, I'm trying to heal. No, you're not. No, you're not.
We some nosy motherfuckers, ain't we?
I mean, yes.
Dude, Pander Bear.
You know how white people do.
We ate shit.
Dude, I heard one of my friends said that, and I saw someone write Pander Bear online, and I'm like, dude, that might be my favorite thing I've ever.
That's
Pander
a great
Bear's
word.
genius.
Yeah, I will not take credit for that. That exists already.
It's fantastic.
I just said it because I've heard it before.
It's great.
Oh, dude,
Spread it around.
Dude, Ray
Everybody spread it.
Lepowski, too, dude. Ray Lepowski used to go out there and
Total
dominate.
Pander Bear.
Just a Pander Bear, dude.
I don't
It
even
might
know
have
if he
been
was-
South Park that made it up.
I don't want to call them all pander. I mean, this is said by Redbone's pretty Pander Bear. But like Ray Lepowski, I don't even say, it's just they, to some degree, I guess, you have to believe a white guy when they live it. Do you know what I mean? And talking all the time, but there's always
but I
something
also
I feel like they've made a choice
It's Donnie Brasco.
on behavior.
I just feel like it's Donnie Brasco.
The dude on Love After Lockup right now, I mean, he's definitely like a white, like Italian guy or something, and he just everything's like just talking through the lower teeth. Like, he goes, if it's all cool, shorty, I'll pull up and do the. And you're like, dude, your dad probably shakes his head every time you speak. Just like, ugh. Oh Christ, here he goes. Hey, Darren.
I would be interested to know.
D-Mizzle.
Does it go opposite ways? Like Black Lou, do you see that with black people when you see a black guy like speak like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Or they're like, "Motherfucker, come on, that ain't you."
Absolutely.
You feel that immediately.
Yeah. Especially if I'm hanging out with my white friends, there will be other black guys that try to out-white me.
Really? You've been in a white off?
Oh my God.
They go, I love parsley. I love parsley.
That watermelon's really good.
Yeah. But really?
Absolutely. Especially if there's girls around.
Really?
Like, we all like white girls.
Yeah.
We're the only two black dudes in the room.
Yeah, you like a little peach princess.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm Carlton.
Yeah.
Usually Carlton Banks.
Yeah.
And he tries to out-white me. So it's more like a lot of black surfer guys. Like, shoreheads.
Yeah.
Got black guys that go to the shore every weekend.
You guys start going deeper into the catalog of
white
Third
stuff.
Eye Blind.
Yeah.
I wish you would jump back from that.
It's pretty crazy, Lou. Oh, wait. I was trying to think of the most random Third Eye Blind song I know is "You Never Let Me Go."
How's it gonna
I was gonna say, "I never let you go." Do 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 do. And she goes, "Oh my God, that was an older album." He's like, "Right, bro." Anyways, Lou, want to grab us some sodas?
And they keep doing this with hair they don't have.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's fucking wild.
And then I'll bring out things like, one of my favorite episodes was of the OC.
Oh my God!
Or talk Kardashians.
Yeah, look at you got Christine.
Works.
You already tricked Christine. You already got her dancing around.
Are these is this particular girl? Because I would oftentimes think if you're looking for a white, it's a specific kind of white girl. Because that's what I'm asking. Because I would think if you're like down the shore trying to hook up with chicks, the quote unquote blacker you acted would score the white chicks because they're ready to fucking let loose on the, shore weekend, catch some of that big fat D. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not the ones that we like.
I'm thinking you're preppy. That's what I was just going to say. Preppy girls that are like, I don't know. I don't really care about that. And they're like, I like that.
Girls with sports awards and shit. Maybe some scholarships.
No, girls with Roxy stickers on their Jettas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got you.
I knew that. Yeah, Roxy stickers on their Jettas, and they wear like pink sweatpants and shit.
Yeah.
You're from Philly.
He's like, you got it.
Yeah. You're from Philly where like the white girls that lack black eyes like black guys.
Yeah, and they dressed like the white girls like black guys would dress sexy Puerto Rican.
But there's also
that's the closest you can get to ethnic.
And those white girls also like white guys who act black. Those are the white girls that like.
They will
those
also
are white,
do that. Yeah.
Those are. I'll tell you right now. Those are the white girls that had no time for me. They're just like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, did you see that they're releasing SummerSlam '93 on VHS?" And they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
My buddy Glenn.
Yeah, shout out Glenn.
Would consistently get black chicks.
That's what I'm saying. The white girl.
I never. But Glenn didn't really act black at all. He acted boy bandy.
I'm telling you right now, the white girls that like black guys had no time for me. Black girls loved me because they were like, I don't know, this goofy idiot. He seems like he means well, And I'd be like, I don't know, do you want to like hang out? And they're like, yeah, come here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I think it was because honestly, it was like from the vibe that I caught, they just kind of liked that. I was like, oh, this is what I like. This is what I'm kind of into.
Oh, I asked out, or at least gave hint to whatever, like in still passing notes age of school.
Sure.
To several black girls, and it never seemed like it was even batted around.
They just shut it right down
pretty quick. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, and then you never want to fuck the one person who seems they would like you. You want to fuck everybody else.
Dude, that's when I go back and I think about that, the first girl that like really, I probably could have had like a young love relationship with this girl, but she liked me and I was like, no, I like another girl. What are you doing? You're crazy. And then I go back and I'm like, what are you doing, Dave?
Meanwhile, she's singing love songs about you to herself at night.
Yeah.
I wasn't even saying there was a pretty girl waiting in the wings for me. I'm saying I could have just, if I was smarter, I would have just nuzzled up to a pig and just.
That's what I mean. No, you dropped down a weight class.
Banged a girl who also was insecure.
No,
and we probably could have had a decent time in high school.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
The girl that liked me she wasn't like a hot girl that I was like, no. It was just like a girl where I was like, she's my buddy. I would never do that. And then later in life, she was like, I had a massive crush on you. And I was like, we were buds. You were awkward. I was awkward. And she's like, yeah.
But I would have sucked you off.
Exactly.
That would have made 8th, 9th grade better.
I would have gone, oh my God, 10th and 11th grade, I probably would have gotten through without latching onto substances. That probably would have been fucking great.
But at least nobody's pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, my God. Yeah, that was a conversation we had after when I had moved to New York, like maybe 2 years after I'd lived in New York. I went back to Colorado and we were all at this bar and this girl was like, and I was like, what the, I don't want to say her last name, but I always called her by her last name. I'm like, get over here, you fucking asshole. And then I was like, oh, you're like married now. Everything's going well. She's like, yeah, I was in love with you. And I was like, what's up?
No one's ever professed their long-term love for me that was like unrequited. Yeah, that would never happen where someone goes like, I was like totally obsessed with you. Like, what?
Yeah.
I wish I'd find out somebody was obsessed.
It's only been one.
Awesome.
It was only one girl, and she wasn't like obsessed. She was like, I wanted to date you, and she was like, and you were just like, oh, you're my buddy, and I was like, yeah, 'cause I thought you were my buddy. I didn't think
I fell for both my gay friends at different times.
Christine wants people to be obsessed with her so bad, she just tells me I'm obsessed with her.
That's funny.
But she says it at things where I'm like, I swear to God, I need like a year away from you, and she'll be like, you're obsessed with me.
That's so fucking
I'm like, all right, let's say there's a big gray area.
Yeah.
And the true answer is somewhere in the middle, but it is definitely not, I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah.
He's like, you need to move out. I'm like, no.
That's why Katie sometimes...
She goes, you couldn't possibly, you're obsessed with me.
Katie, it's so funny. Katie and I all get into fights because she's like, what are you doing? You're like annoying me. You're like trying. And I'm like, yeah, you're a hot girl. I'm trying to keep you. I still got that high school mentality where I'm like, anything I can do? What do you need me to do? And she's like, I don't know. Why are you being weird? And I'm like, I don't know. Fuck. Are you going to leave me?
You've been listening to SiriusXM's Bonfire. New episodes every Tuesday through Friday mornings and full shows always on SiriusXM.